All right, this is Bo Brown, and we're out here in La Quinta, California at the El Gato Classic, November 11th and 12th. We've got some of the legends, some of the masters, some of the best skaters in the world here today competing and just having fun here in the combi pool. Right now we're just doing warm-ups and practice, and we will start the event in just a few moments. All the skaters are trying to figure out the lines that they're going to do today. The combi pool is a replica of the original combi pool at Upland Pipeline in Upland, California. I got to tell you, that was a really rough pool. This is quite a bit better. This is really smooth, well designed. And it looks like at the top of the run, that might be Jim Gray. Let's see who's dropping in. Can't tell from the back. Might be Dave Duncan. Going for some grinds. Working out the best spots in the pool. Well, I don't think that was Dave. We'll see. Down here, we've also got legends. Quite a few guys that were just inducted into the Skateboard Hall of Fame on November 12th. That was at the Vans headquarters. Oh my God, look at me. This is Bo Brown from the Black Hill Alliance. I am a former professional skateboarder. I skated for Madrid for many years and grew up with most of the guys in the event today. So hopefully I'll be able to give you some background. Some of the stuff these guys might not want to hear. So we'll get back to the skating in just a moment, and it looks like we're getting to be live. I see Jim Gray at the top of the pool. Looking to snake everybody. It looks like Nicky Guerrero just about to step out of the pool. Another skater dropping in. We'll get names on all these guys in just a moment. In the meantime, we do want to thank all the sponsors that make this possible. Sponsors like Vans, C3 Church, S1 Helmets, of course, Bones, GNS, everybody's stepping up for this one, Molly Moon, Black Lodge, we got SkateSupply.com, of course, Powell, Merge 4, Logan Earthski, Madrid Skateboards, Claire. We've got Tracker Trucks and quite a few more. Yep, that does look like gentleman Jim Gray that just got out of the pool. Again, this is the warm-ups. We'll be getting into the competition in a little while. And the way the competition is going to work is on the Generations contest. There's going to be 5 teams, all led by one of the legend pros. And they've got pros, legends, masters, girls, and an amateur. Each team has one of each. Team 1 will be led by Steve Alba. Team 2, legend Mike McGill. Team 3, legend, everybody knows this guy, Christian Asoy. Number 4 team is led by Steve Caballero. And number 5 is the man himself, Eddie Elguera. great thing about the Elgato Classic is that it brings together all the skaters from all the ages of skateboarding. It's really like more of a family reunion for us. The first Elgato Classic was really kind of a reunion of the Hester series and then the Gold Cup series back in the 70s and early 80s, which were the first contests in skate parks that actually had some pools and bowls. They were held at parks like Spring Valley down in San Diego and Upland Pipeline. In Upland, we had the Dog Bowl, Marina del Mar Skate Park. Trying to think what other ones there were. We'll get back to you on that, folks. I see Freddie DeSoto up on the deck with the cameras. Freddie is an old Veriflex team rider, teammate of Eddie. Big ups on S1 Helmets for bringing us this live stream today. S1 Helmets are the best helmets out there. The guys from S1 were the ones who taught me about helmet safety, how you should be using a hard foam helmet instead of the old soft foams. I see Eric Dressen down there on the deck in the black Santa Cruz shirt. Throughout the day, we're going to try and drag some of the legends and the pros up here for their comments on the event as well. Down on the deck, I do see Doug Saladino, one of the original GNS team riders. I'm sure he'll get some runs in. Yeah, right in front of the camera we have Jim Gray. He owns Acme Skateboards and Powerflex Wheels. Jim's an old GNS pro, and then he skated for Blockhead for many years. Big O was his skate park. He was in the Gold Cup series. I don't believe he was in the Hester series, but he was definitely in the Gold Cup series as an AM and then a pro for GNS. We definitely want to give a shout out to all the volunteers that have made this event possible. They're all friends of Eddie and Donna, and most of them, I think maybe all of them, are from the C3 church, and they're just getting in here and helping out because they love skateboarding, they love Eddie and Donna Elguera, and they want to do good things for the world.
Sorry, are you guys having one the mic that goes on here? The microphone to do the announcing? They said they want me up here or something.
Oh, so maybe you're with this microphone in here.
Yeah, is that for me out here?
Well, I'm not sure if that's for you, but we have nice here.
We're trying to see if it works.
Yeah, it works, it works. But it's supposed to kind of be in here, I think.
I think he's announcing the event. I think he's announcing the event out there.
Out there, right? Not here.
I mean, we got it out here, I think so.
Cool.
Nice shot of the cracks in the concrete. Our master of ceremonies today is going to be the voice of skateboarding, Dave Duncan. I'm Bo Brown. I'm going to be doing the live stream here, watching from a distance, luckily, so I don't get hit with a board.
Check one, check. Check, check. Check. Hey, check one, check.
Hey, are you guys trying to do an interview? No. What are we doing?
I'm doing a live stream.
Yeah, I know. I'm supposed to be doing a live stream too. If you want me to shut up for a minute to do something, or what? I just do my thing out here. Just do anything. I'm trying to close this. I don't know if you're trying. If I can be quiet for a few minutes, if you need me to, just let me know.
Okay, yeah.
So just do my thing. And just, if you need me to shut up for a minute, just tell me. Okay. But everyone wants to start the show 10 to 11.
Are you going to stay there?
Wherever you guys want.
So maybe, I mean, if you could stay towards that side or like
I'll be on
that side over
The
there.
speaker's going to do the speakers on.
Okay.
You're going to hear me because the speakers are loud.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where I'm at.
So maybe I'm going to close
I'm
this.
just saying, if you try to do an interview, let me know and I'll try not to talk for a few minutes. Okay. But whatever, I mean, you're in a live event, so.
Yeah.
We both are, brother.
I think since you have the mic here, they're not really, I mean, they're going to be able to notice, but I mean, it's still cool, it's not, it's nothing too bad, But let's see, if it's too bad, I'm going to show you.
Well, he's the MC. He's the one running this.
Check. There we go. Hey, we're rocking.
Deferred.
Yeah. That's Mike McGill out there. You guys hear me out there all right? Can you hear me? Yes, no? Go up.
Back on. Looks like
Yeah, we're working on.
Jamie
Thanks.
Godfrey right there on the Bones Brigade.
Wow, what a beautiful view this is.
Again, we're here at
Hey,
the
Eddie Elguera.
Gato Classic.
Say
here
cheese. I'm going to take a picture of you right now.
La Quinta, California.
Got it. What a
Here on
beautiful
November
sight right there.
11th
Eddie
and
on the hip.
12th For the expression session, the
And we got Lonnie
Generations
Hiramoto. He's
contest,
back.
And then we'll also
Yeah,
be
Lonnie.
doing
Good to see you
Legends,
rolling out there, buddy. He took a big
Pros,
slam in the big combi pull. Yeah, Lonnie, looking
Masters,
good, brother.
Girls and amateurs events. Also, across the way, we've got a pump track. And there will be some racing going on, being run by Dave Hackett. right, in the bowl right now, we've got the man himself, Eddie El Gato Elguera. Eddie's turning 60 today. Eddie invented many of the tricks that became standards in bowl skating back in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and in the 90s and 2000s. People have been reviving a lot of those tricks, like the Elguera. The front side rock and roll is always a standard. Front side inverts. We're just watching some practice and some warm-ups with our legends. We'll be starting up the expression session shortly. I want to shout out a little more on the sponsors. We've got H Street, we've got Bones, the Skate Park Respect Project, we've got Daggers, of course, Signature, Pig Rails, the CV Weekly. We want to thank them for being part of this. Whoa, Eddie El Gato just walking out of the bowl. Once again, Gentleman Jim Gray sliding out at the bottom. These guys are always having fun. Eddie's a local here at this park. As you can tell, he's using areas that none of the other skaters are using. Carved grinding that shallow end. We're walking into the square pool. In the bowl is Doug Saladino, original GNS skaters back in the 70s and the 80s. He was one of the original Hester Series contestants, went on to skate the Gold Cup as well. Oh, that's who that is in the tie-dyed shirt, is the one and only Mike McGill, the inventor of the McTwist.
Him and Caballero have skateboard names and now are snowboard tricks. People do cabs and half cabs in snow, and they do McTwists.
Looks like
they do double McTwists, cork McTwist. They do all kinds of McTwists. But hey, thanks, Mike. Thanks for breaking that barrier, getting upside down on a 540. Hey, Kristen Rue, if you're out there, I got your wristband up top here.
No, I think that's Scott
Nice.
Foss.
I think that's, yeah,
in
Jamie
the yellow
Godfrey out there
shirt.
trying to get that tail top on
Scott
the hip.
Foss, NorCal guy.
Let's go,
Skated
birthday
for
boy. I heard the
Powell
shout.
Peralta, the Bones Brigade. He just got inducted into the Skateboard Hall of Fame. A lot of these guys, the legends and the masters especially, skated the original combi pool at Upland Pipeline, and they can remember all the old runs that they took. This park is so much improved from the original one that the walls are smooth, much easier to skate, much more fun to skate. You can hear our master of ceremonies, Dave Duncan, in the background. All right, Mike McGill back in the bowl. Look at that. Can't tell who that is, but we'll get a read on all the team riders and all the legends and masters in our event. Some of the legends we'll have here today. We talked about Steve Alba, Mike McGill, Christian Assoy, Steve Caballero, Eddie Elguera. Those are all guys who skated in the original Hester series back in the 70s. I think maybe 78 or 79. Look at that. Elguera working this bowl. Yep, that is Tony Magnusson, originally from Sweden. He was the founder of H Street. Eddie Elguera rode for H Street for many years. Back in the bowl, Foss doing a beautiful frontside air. No stink bug airs on that guy. McGill back in the bowl. Jim Gray dropping in, rolling in. Talking to Jim not too long ago, he said nowadays he loves just going as fast as possible, grinding as hard as possible. He can still do all the tricks, but he just loves going fast. Same thing with the Eric Dressen that's in the bowl right now. We want to make sure that we call out S1 Helmets. Thank you so much for helping make this live stream possible. Tony Magnuson. Tony was known for doing extremely high airs. We can't forget to give big shout outs to Donna Elguera. That's Eddie's wife, or as many of us like to say, Eddie is Donna's husband. Donna helped create this event, is a huge supporter of skateboarding as well as her husband, who's in the pool right now. All right, I'm glad to hear it. Now we know who that is. That's Danny Yarborough. Skated for UFO back in the 80s. Look at Miguel going. T-Mag. Eric Dressen. Again, we're doing the warm-ups and the expression session right now with our legends, some of our legends, and with a couple of the masters as well. Eddie Elguera, one of the inventors of many tricks back in the 70s. Eddie originally rode for Hobie skateboards. Back in the bowl is Lonnie Hiramoto. Lonnie was one of the original pros, rode for Kanoa Surf. Jim Gray back in the pool. This brings back a lot of memories. Although I didn't compete in the Hester series. Watching these guys skate is like going back 40 years and watching them all over again. Tony Magnuson back in the pool. Nice slash. Working those corner carves, picking up speed. In the pool is Jamie Godfrey from the East Coast. He was originally one of the Cherry Hills Skate Park pros. Said he was there the day that it opened. Oh, look at that nice layback grind. McGill back in the pool. McGill, one of Jamie's old teammates on Powell Peralta and the Bronze Brigade. Looks like we got Scott Foss back in the pool. Tony Magnuson back in the pool. T-Mag used to go to the Eurocana skate parks in Sweden back in the day, and that's where Mike McGill invented the 540 or the McTwist. And talking to a lot of the pros about the 540, they all say that's when things really changed in competition. If you weren't able to do a 540, you were not going to be in the top 5. Lonnie Hiramoto, South Bay, California. We've got Mike McGill back in the pool showing us some of the tricks that he learned back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, and some of the ones he invented. We'll see who we've got in the pool in a moment. I just want to thank S1 Helmets again for making this live stream possible. We've got El Gato back in the pool now, doing that rock and roll board slide. Got NorCal Hall of Fame inductee last night, Scott Foss. Scott's old teammate, Jamie Godfrey, in the pool. First attempt at an invert we've seen in this session. I'm sure we'll see many more. Even though these guys competed against each other back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, there's such a great camaraderie again with all the pros out here. Everybody cheering each other on. We're watching the Legends Expression session. It's still early here in California, so a lot of the pros are still asleep. Looks like we had Magnuson. Is he going to drop back in? Nope. Got Lonnie Hiramoto in the pool right now. We've got McGill back in the pool. Want to shout out many of the sponsors that made this possible. Vans, S1 Helmets, H Street. Who else we got? C3 Church, of course, where Eddie is one of the pastors there. Bones, GNS, Powell, Logan Erskine, Merge 4, Socks, Madrid Skateboards. These are all some of the sponsors that are making this live stream and this event possible. I want to thank all those guys and encourage you to go out and, if you're going to buy products, buy it from them. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Legends Expression session here at the Gato Classic at La Quinta Skate Park in La Quinta, California. We've got many of the legends from the Hester Bowl series and the Gold Cup series back in the late 70s and early 80s. These are the guys who made tricks up, made it possible for our new skaters to push the limits even higher. Doug Pineapple Saladino in the pool now. Pine was one of the early pro skaters on GNS. Rode in all the contests, all the Hester series, and all the Gold Cup series. Gentleman Jim Gray throwing some 360s up on the deck. Jamie from Pennsylvania owned a skate shop out there called Good Times, I believe it was. Whoa, almost pulling off that layback, that Jay Smith inspired layback. This looks like a complete Bone Brigade expression session. We've got Mike McGill, Jamie Godfrey, Scott Foss, all teammates back on the Bones Brigade. Powell Peralta back in the day. And we're going to have the Generations contest in a little while. The Generations contest is made up of each team having a legend, a pro, a masters, a girl skater, and an amateur. And they're all led by one of the original legends of the Hester series. Team 1 will be Steve Alba. Team 2 will be led by Mike McGill. Team 3, Christian Asoy. Team 4 will be Steve Alba. And Team 5 will be Eddie Elgato Elguera. Really want to thank Eddie for bringing this all together. This is I believe it's the 5th time we've done this. And it's gotten bigger and bigger every year because everybody wants to be part of this family reunion. We've still got the Masters, the Pros, the Girls Session, and the Amateur Session. We'll be doing all of these events today, plus our Generations contest. Jim Gray in the bowl. Going for that tail tap. Thanks to S1 Helmets for bringing this live stream to us, making it possible. S1 Helmets, the best helmets out there. A lot of the skaters in today's event have been inducted or were recently inducted into the Skateboard Hall of Fame, like Eddie Elguera, Mike McGill, Steve Alba, Christian Asoy. All these guys are now in the Skateboard Hall of Fame. Scott Foss, who's in the pool, was just inducted the other night. And our MC is Dave Duncan, the voice of skateboarding. He's going to be doing the live event out there, keeping all these guys going. And I'm Bo Brown. I'm here in the booth doing the live stream brought to you by S1 Helmets. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors like Vans, S1 Helmets, Bones, GNS, Molly Moon, Claire. We've got Tracker Trucks, of course, H Street, Bones, Terry Time, made in California, Dagger Skateboards. And in the bowl, we've got Tony Magnuson. most of these legends are now in their 50s and 60s, still skating as hard as they did back when they were in their teens and 20s. Can't tell who's in the pool right now. Oh, of course, Christian Osoy. Didn't see his face. Watch that guy today. Eric Dressen back in the pool. Lance Smith in that big tracker shirt right down there. Jim back in the pool. Jim Gray. You'll see a lot of Jim today. He doesn't mind getting in there and taking run after run. Jim invented a few tricks himself, like the Jim Jam and the Gray Slide. Tony Magnuson taking another expression session run. I believe that's Nikki Guerrero in the bowl right now. Nikki from Copenhagen, Denmark, I believe. Nikki was another Powell Peralta pro, part of that Bones Brigade. Mike McGold going for one of those big blasting backside airs. I'm sure he'll get it nailed here in the next couple of runs. Scott Foss back in the pool. You have not only legends here today skating, but you also have people in the industry who have made everything possible. People like Steve Van Doren from Vans, the van of Vans. Without Steve Van Doren, I don't think any of us would have started skating as well as we did. The original waffle shoe really kind of changed the way skateboard shoes existed. Those waffle shoes, waffle sole shoes, I'm sorry, I was watching Eddie Elguera in the pool. The waffle sole shoe from Vans was really a game changer for skateboarding. The vulcanized sole really stuck to the grip tape and made skating a lot easier in pools like the Combi pool here. So we want a big shout out to Steve Van Doren and to the Vans company. Christian going for a little backside ollie. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Back to back backside ollies. This guy hasn't lost anything. Today we are going to be having the pump track races in the adjacent pump track to the La Quinta Skate Park. Those pump track races will be run by the legend Dave Hackett. McGill back in the pool. Oh, almost pulling that big backside air. Elguera, frontside rock and roll, one of the tricks that he invented. Tony Magnuson back in the pool. Now everybody's starting to make their tricks and they're pushing each other a lot harder. So you'll see McGill blasting those backside airs and Christian doing those ollies and those huge frontside airs. Scott Foss pulling off a nice frontside air there. On the hip, whoa. So now things are really starting to heat up. Doug Saladino, pineapple back in the pool. Pine working that pool. Skated the original Hester Series and Gold Cup contests in the original Upland Pipeline combi pool. Eric Dressen back in the pool. Dressen is another one of those guys that loves going fast. Eric started skating in contests when he was 11 years old. Skated for companies like Alva and Dogtown and Santa Cruz. Oh, nice. Mike McGill pulling off a nice rock and roll on the hip. Some corner carves. Let's see if he goes for that backside air. Nope, not on this one. Nicky Guerrero. Nicky came all the way from Denmark to skate this. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess that's not Nicky. All we really have to do is listen to the MC, Dave Duncan, to find out all the inside details. We're here on the live stream, brought to you by S1 Helmets. Back in the bowl, Christian Asoy. This is going to be exciting. Nice board slide there. Look at that grinding where people will only carve. Christian has his own company, Asoy Skateboards. Christian has also ridden for many teams like Alva, Santa Cruz, Sims, Powell Peralta. Christian was a local at the Marina del Rey skate park. Mike McGill, originally from Florida, is in the pool. McGill's living out in Carlsbad, California now, where he has McGill's Skate Shop. T-Mag, Tony Magnuson, taking a nice run, gonna take it a little easy up. And there he goes with the backside ollies. Now he's starting to heat up a little bit. Holmes up on the deck in the pool right now. That's Scott Foss. I'm not sure who we have dropping in right now. We'll get a read on that in just a second. We're here at La Quinta, California, at the La Quinta Skate Park here for the El Gato Classic, brought to you by Eddie Elguera, El Gato, and our many sponsors including S1 Helmets, Vans Shoes, Bones, and many more. We're also having a pump track race today. Oh, looks like McGill got that first invert. Yep, McGill is heating up now. Soy back in the pool. It's exciting to watch. He's in the square right now. Rolling out and rolling in to the round pool. T-Mag, Tony Magnuson back in the pool. These guys are all right. Nice front side ollie there. All getting pumped up by the fellow legends. Now they're starting to make a little bigger tricks, trying some new stuff. Looks like that was Jim Gray in the pool. Jamie Godfrey in the pool. JB was known for his big, stylish airs. There's one of those frontside airs. The pool is really slick today. The more the sun hits it, the concrete gets pretty slick, so these guys have to watch exactly how they're skating. Have to adapt to the weather conditions. This is Danny Yarborough in the pool right now. One of the original UFO wheels riders from San Diego. Scott Foss in the pool. We've got some celebrities here today. We've got Jerry Madrid out there. We've got Steve Van Doren, I saw him. Don Bostic is helping run this event. Don Bostic from World Cup Skateboarding. Outside, I'm seeing the nice pump track where a lot of the pros are over there skating that. Pump tracks are amazingly fun. Doug Saladino in the pool. Throughout the day, we'll be bringing pros and legends in here for a quick chat. As we get breaks and we're able to bring some people in, we'll start bringing in the pros. Oh, that is Paul Schmidt in the pool. By yourself, sir. All right, we've got the legend Eddie Elgato here with us today. Eddie Elguera.
Man, so stoked they're getting me a mic right here.
Yeah.
I hope all of you out there are enjoying it. I'm here with legendary Bo Brown. I don't know. Did you introduce yourself and all
did
your
a couple of times.
accolades and accomplishments and stuff? Hey, I just want to thank you for just being a part, saying you didn't really sign up. I kind of recruited you.
No, this is great, Eddie. This is like, as I've told you, this is like a family reunion for all of us.
Yeah. And we like each other.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. No, but it's just so cool to see all the legends. Even too, Dwayne Peters pulled up.
Really?
So she showed up around the bowl. You see Pineapple, Hosoi, Miguel's ripping it, and then you see Jamie Godfrey. I mean, just all these guys. It's like, it's pretty powerful.
And there's a lot more to come.
Yeah.
So tell us about the Generations contest that's coming up.
Well, the Generation Contest, when it comes up at noon. So what we did last night at the art show is we picked out 5 legends. So we're going to have 5 teams. So the legends consist of myself, and then we have Steve Caballero, Steve Alba, Mike McGill, and Christian Hosoi. And so we each picked an AM, a girls, a master, and a pro, and that's going to be the team. So my team, let's see who's on my team. I have, as the pro, I have Matthew Wilcox, and masters, Nikki Guerrero,
Nice.
Bryce Wetstein. I
she's
just love her.
amazing.
You can see when she skates, she just loves skateboarding.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
And then
watching her.
Gamma Lozana, he is a local here. And so I wanted to
really?
have a local representative
Nice.
here, so he's there. Caballero's team, he has Sandro Diaz as pro, Tony Mag, Clara Kimode, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, and Kelly Appendwitz. I wish we had names like Smith and. But
It'd
anyway,
make it a lot easier. That's why my last name's Brown. It's easy.
I know, it's easy, super easy. And then we have Christian Hosoi, he has Jake Familton. He is an but we put him in the pro because we needed a pro, but he's going to be a contender in that group. He's such a ripper.
How old is Jake?
Like 10, 11.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so he's just ripping this bowl apart. Andy McDonald, Kihana is here from Ogawa. I'm sorry, guys, I'm slaughtering these names.
Ogawa.
And then James Asapita.
We'll go with that.
We'll go with that. And then McGill's team, Beaver Fleming, Bennett Harada, Caitlin West, and Raji Masuda. And then Salba's team, and Salba's kind of hurt, so he may not be skating. But so if Salba is a scratch, we'll probably have Lonnie Hiramoto.
Oh, okay.
And then we have Tristan Rennie, and Darren Navarrete, and Joey Yarborough, and Cartier Losi. So
Wow.
yeah, so
Those are some killer teams.
yeah, I just wanted to come in to say hi to everyone. I'm gonna pop out, and I'll send some guys up here. Okay?
All right,
you can
that'd be
chat with-
great.
Probably maybe 2 here, whatever,
Yeah.
and just to fill in the spot. But hey, all right, we'll
right.
see you guys. See you later.
Thanks, Eddie. It's Eddie Elguera, the promoter of this event, the El Gato Classic, here in La Quinta, California. We've got the combi pool going on. Looks like Jamie Godfrey is at the top of the roll and waiting for McGill to finish. Whoa, almost caught McGill's board in the teeth. Is Mike okay? Let's take a look at him. Make sure he's okay. There. Jamie Godfrey helping him back out. Both Bones Brigade team riders. McGill originally from Florida. Jamie from Philadelphia area. I want to thank S1 Helmets for making this live stream possible. And so many of our sponsors here for the Elgato Classic, like Vans and Madrid and S1, of course, and Bones and Merge 4 and Claire and Tracker. GNS. The CD Weekly is one of our sponsors here today. Scott Foss is in the pool right now. weather here in La Quinta today is beautiful. It's supposed to get to about 70 degrees, not too hot. Makes it a lot more fun skating. Paul Schmidt, they call him the Professor, manufacturer of Schmidt Sticks boards, or PS Sticks now. Originally, he had his company Schmidt Sticks. Paul was from, I think, the Tampa St. Pete area of Florida. Started out making rails, and then he started making skateboards, and now he's famous. Paul makes boards for a lot of the big companies. Does a lot of custom boards for the pros. Jamie Godfrey starting on the hip, going for that tail tap on the hip. He'll get that worked out. Oh, there's Steve Caballero in the pool right now. Another member of the Powell Peralta Bones Brigade. Cab was in the Hester Series and the Gold Cup Series, I believe. Inventor of many tricks, including the Caballero. Danny Yarbrough in the pool right now. Many, many legends. I see Pops Hosoi, Christian Hossoi's dad, out there. Pops is legendary in his own right. He actually ran the Marina Del Rey skate park back in the day. Christian in the pool right now. Working the oh, nice backside air there. Christian's one of the most stylish skateboarders of all time. Nice judo air there. Bruce Lee. Scott Foss in the pool. For some of the legends that have traveled far to get here, this may be the first time they've ever skated this combi pool. Gill back in the pool, going for that board slide. As you can see, as the skaters are starting to try tricks, all the other skaters are pushing their limits a little more. This is the way skateboarding is. When you're skating with your friends, you're always trying something new, always pushing the limits. There's Steve Caballero. I saw Gail Webb up on the deck. T-Mag, huge frontside air. Eddie Elguera in the pool, El Gato. Hopefully we'll see him do some of the signature tricks today, like the frontside rock and roll, the Elguerial, the frontside invert. Frontside inverts are really, really hard. Well, all the tricks are, but frontside invert's an exceptionally hard trick. We'll see if he can pull that off for us today. McGill back in the pool. He wants to get that invert. here at the El Gato Classic in the Combi Pool at La Quinta Skate Park in La Quinta, California. I want to thank Eddie and Donna Elguera for making this possible for us today. Paul Schmidt in the pool. I want to thank S1 Helmets for making this live stream possible. They're also one of the sponsors of the El Gato Classic. Eddie Elguera back in the pool. I'll tell you, the original combi pool at the Upland Pipeline Skate Park was really rough. There was a lot of bumps on the walls, and the corners were really tight. Oh, nice. Howard Hood, one of Lonnie Hiramoto's teammates on Kanoa Skateboards back in the late 70s. Jamie Godfrey's gonna dial that tail tap in. Tony Magnuson back in the pool now. Tony doing that nice backside ollie, really smooth. McGill dropping in off the hip. See a lot of other pros and legends out there like Dave Andrecht, saw him earlier, inventor of the Andrecht invert. Scott Foss. Things are starting to heat up out there, and not just the temperature. Caballero in the pool. Let's see what he's got going on. Just celebrated 30 years of the half cab shoe from Vans, one of our sponsors here today. Steve was a Campbell Skate Park team rider back in the late 70s. That's how he got his started. There were two parks up in Steve's area, Campbell and Winchester Skate Park. He felt like Campbell suited his needs a lot more. Eddie Elguera back in the pool. Original Colton Skate Park skater. He was part of the Veriflex crew. Started on Hobie, rode for Veriflex, and then Madrid, and then H Street. At 11 o'clock, so just about now, there is a pump track race over on the pump track adjacent to the skate park here. So I think a lot of the legends will be over there. Pretty soon, I think we're going to be bringing up the Masters. All these guys now going for a little higher, little more of the tricks that are in their repertoire from back in the 70s and 80s. Nice. McGill is starting to tear it up now. Almost got that invert. Jamie's gonna get that tail tap on the hip. We're here at the La Quinta Skate Park for the El Gato Classic here in La Quinta, California, brought to us by Eddie Elguera and his wife Donna, making this possible. And all of our sponsors, including S1 Helmets, Vans. I see Steve Van Doren right down there on the deck. Jamie Godfrey going for that tail tap. Oh, almost getting it. Elguera in the pool. Christian Soy back in the pool. In the contest back in the 70s and 80s, it was always an air show between Christian Asoy, Tony Hawk, Lester Kasai, Tony Magnuson, always pushing each other to go higher on their backside or frontside airs.
One of the most advanced, scientific, and accurate ways to show how much better the S1 Lifer helmet is versus the traditional soft foam skate helmet is to actually test these in an accredited, independent, third-party testing facility. This is the S1 Lifer helmet, which is constructed with our patented blend of EPS fusion foam. This is a traditional soft foam skate helmet, which is constructed with soft foam inserts. We're going to put helmets onto this head form that has an accelerometer in it that measures impact energy. The head form is connected to a computer that measures the amount of impact that gets to the head in a simulated impact. Basically what you're seeing is that the soft foam helmet is allowing the impact energy to go directly through the helmet and get to the head form. With the S1 Lifer helmet, the fusion foam is crushing that energy and dispersing it out and reducing it 4 times the amount the soft foam helmet did. The S1 Lifer helmet, a better, safer helmet. In 2010, we took soft foam helmets from every brand, including S1, into the testing lab and discovered that every single one of them failed current helmet safety standards. This is a soft foam helmet. It has a hard plastic outer shell and soft foam inserts. The problem with soft foam helmets is that impact energy travels directly through these helmets and rattles the brain. Soft foam helmets do not pass high impact or multiple impact certification tests. After learning this information, we set out to make a better, safer helmet. What we created was the S1 Lifer helmet with fusion foam. We make fusion foam by blending low, medium, and high density beads together to make our impact reducing inner foam mold. The inner foam mold is what does all of the impact dispersion in the S1 Lifer helmet. We batch test every production run of helmets to ensure the quality and consistency of every S1 Lifer helmet made. Get a Lifer, be a Lifer. From the early 2000s, we worked tirelessly to see what we could do to actually make a helmet fit better and protect better. It culminated in the actual production and design of the S1 Lifer helmet. The creation of the S1 Lifer helmet was the pinnacle moment for us because we finally created a helmet that we 100% trusted for our family, our team riders, and our friends. When that helmet came out, it was a game changer. It fit like a soft foam helmet, but it had the highest level of impact certification at that time. Once the Lifer came out, we knew that we had to stop making the other type of helmet. And our challenge was now educating people to the difference. Because at the end of the day, people are trusting it and they're going out there and they're pushing the limits and they're gonna want that helmet to work when it's tested. If it doesn't work, it's completely defeating the purpose. You know when you're getting an S1 helmet, you're actually getting the best helmet out on the market.
They're coming close right there, Josue and McGill. I can announce this for sure.
We are
Doubles.
lucky enough today to have with us a couple of legends. We've got Eric Dressen here and Lance Mountain. Both of these guys. Lance, you're not skating today? You got hurt?
That's not the question you're going to ask me.
That was the first
I'm
one.
not hurt. I'm just not skating. I came in here to watch skateboarding.
So yeah, what's going on with you guys? I saw you skating out there.
Yeah, it was so fun. I love this bowl.
Yeah. Super fast, huh?
Super fast. I like going fast, and this is flow. It's just sick.
Yeah. Did you either of you guys skate the Hester or the Gold Cup series? You skated Gold Cup, didn't you?
Gold Cup.
Which parts? All of them?
Well, the first contest was at Oasis.
Okay.
Second was at Big O. Third was Colton. Fourth was Marina, and fifth was Upland. So yeah, skated all of them.
Nice. And compared to this combi pool, how was Upland?
Well, Upland was the monster of all combis. Smaller tranny, a lot more vert, giant coping. It was a proving ground back then, a big proving ground of who could come and ride something that gnarly.
Right, if you could survive the combi, you were...
I love the shallow in there. Like last night in the photo, I saw how big the roll-in was. I remember just awing that like it was nothing. Now I'm like, no way would I couldn't even clear this little one now.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we skated Upland before they even had the combi. It was a freestyle area.
Right, that's right. I forgot
and then
about that.
They poured it. They filled it with water. I mean, the locals would know. I wasn't really close to a local, but they had it full with water for over a month, and then they drained it. And then, they proceeded to have probably 1, 2, 3, 4. They might have had 6 pro contests there.
Turkey shoots and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had a Hester, second Hester there. They had turkey shoot. They had the Rage at Badlands and stuff. But I think it was about 6 contests. I would say, I think Grisham won 1. I think Caballero won 1. I think Mickey Alba won 1. I know someone else won 1. Tony Hawk won 1. And man, there must be one more. But yeah.
Eric, what have you been up to? You just got back from Ohio recently.
Yeah, we went. Me and Jim Gray went out there and did the mainliners get together in Cleveland and got to skate all kinds of rad stuff. Had like the best time in so long. It was sick. Yeah, just skating every day, pretty much.
Yeah.
There's Eric Grisham.
Oh, Eric Grisham, one of the original Veriflex.
I got an Eric Grisham story. So opening day at Marina, where I was skating a dog boat, and this guy jumped over the fence and snuck in and started skating. And I was like, that guy's gonna get in big trouble. And it was Eric Grisham.
It's Eric Grisham.
Yeah. And then I was like, he's gonna get kicked out of here for sure. I was just thinking it to myself.
He's right here. We're gonna get him to pay up on his ticket for Marina. What was it, like $5 a day?
I don't know. I charged it to Alba back then. And then like I still got a tab there that I haven't cleared up yet. As Dennis will tell you.
Talk to Pop Sasoy about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is
Elguera right now.
Oh, almost pulling that
Yeah, he's doing
off.
the
So for you guys have grown up skating with all these guys and the legends and the masters. Do you still have that fire of competition in you, or?
Totally. I wanted to just get in there and rip and stuff, but I just get fired up. Like today, McGill was just ripping, dude. Like fuck. Like, I'm sorry, I'm cussing.
No.
But this is exciting. I love the El Gato Classic. Like this is my 4th one, and every time I get to meet some legend I never got to meet before. Like the first one I went to, I got to meet Greg Weaver.
Wow.
And that was I wanted to meet him since I was 8 years old, since I got the first Skateboarder magazine. Like I literally was in tears. Like I can't believe I'm meeting you. I'm me because of you. You know, like it was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and it's rad. This one's so rad because everyone, like Scott Foss is here. He just got inducted and he's just ripping. And Jamie's, get to skate with him. Yeah. So it's awesome. It's like I love all these guys. Like I idolize them and they're my friends. It still blows me away to this day.
Yeah, super sweet. Yeah.
And Lonnie's out here, and I skate with Lonnie all the time. But when I was a little kid, I dreamed of skating with him and Howard. I was like, I wish I could skate with those dudes, you know. And now I skate with them every week and stuff, and get to skate with this guy. And it's just still mind blowing. I still have to pinch myself, you know.
Lance, is there
It's very
anybody
cool.
here that you didn't expect to be here? That's
Well, this year was awesome. With the Hall of Fame and this being back to back, that Tim Marting and Kevin Reed came, and they're out of this. One of them's out of the state. I mean, out of the country, and he came.
Oh, really?
Tim invented the rock and roll, obviously, and so some of the earliest pioneers showing up this time, rather than the kind of even the Hester Gold Cup series. Even
Right.
though, Tim won a Winchester, was really a treat to see, because they haven't been in the public eye for since the 70s, so it's really cool to see them.
It's rad to see them walk around. Like Greg Ayers is here.
Yeah, and
It's sick to have him here.
one last thank you for our childhood and their childhood.
Right,
Just
right.
very cool to see them
that's
here.
cool.
So yeah, I think Tim and Kevin was awesome.
Yeah, see, I always wanted to be in the Hesters series, but I
Right.
only saw it in Skateboarder magazine. I think the first Spring Valley Hester, it got rained out. And then Fred Blood hit me up. He's like, we're going to go skate Odyssey, the indoor park in Mission Viejo. And we went there, and everybody from Spring Valley contest, when it got rained out, came to the Skate Odyssey. And it was like Jay Adams, Shogo Kubo, Jimmy Plumer, Paul Stanton, and everybody was ripping that clover pool. And like, that's how, from that day, like they were just grinding and going so fast. So to me, that's how I skate, because that day. So the Hester, besides being in the magazine that day, it getting rained out and going to Mission Viejo, it influenced my whole life.
Mission Viejo, like the half pipe was like it felt like 6 feet of vert.
Yeah, I didn't even touch it. It was scary. 'Cause
The
this
little
guy-
net, you had to go through the little net.
Right.
Yeah, it's been awesome. Not all of them are skating. A lot of them are hanging. Some of the older guys, and it's just really cool to see some of them. Last night I had a 2-hour talk with Kevin Reed.
Oh wow.
I've talked to him before and everything, but just having that time to see, like, just the real, almost random but special dudes that did something or brought something super special, a little piece of this connected thread. It might not be a first place in a contest. It might just be one move, and Kevin Reed doing this ollie layback we're talking about. It's just, no one's been able to repeat that trick. No one's been able to figure it out. It's just one special thing in skateboarding, and it means a lot to people. And it's just a little thing that can go by unless we just keep talking about these. Remember that? Remember that? That's pretty cool.
That was so sick about the other night at the Hall of Fame when they're showing footage of Kevin, because I've only seen the photos in the magazine.
Oh, really?
He did a frontside air to tail. Oh yeah. And that blew me away, dude. I was like, fuck, he did that before anybody.
Yeah,
You know?
50-50s. I mean, it's not even it wasn't even discussed until
And-
about 2 years later, and given a name 2 years later, but he did them. So there's Eric Grisham. He won. I believe he won the Hester in the first Upland. I could be completely off my record, but there he goes. We're watching live. I think if you're like looking over here, we're watching it live right there. So Eric was a gnarly skateboarder.
He was gnarly. Yeah, but after that day at Marina, I seen him every single time I went to Marina. Eric would be there in the dog bowl doing foot plant. I think he's probably the first person I seen in person doing a foot plant.
Yeah, Grisham and Lonnie are the early dudes, and they're both riding right now with the foot plant. Like, it's Howard and Lonnie. They're riding here. They won. They were like the first place people at the runway contest, which is the first televised skateboard contest on TV.
First world championship.
In
Carson, California.
It's like a lot of kind of obscure stuff about skateboarding, because there's really only a couple thousand spectators at the most, and most of us were 13, and now we're like still like. Eddie made the Elguera.
Oh my God.
Oh, Eddie Elguera made
Eddie.
Elguera on his
so
60th
gnarly.
birthday.
Yeah, 60 years old, Eddie. Made it in
Wow.
Elguera, which is Eddie. He did.
That is
He
amazing.
unveiled that maneuver at a Boulder Hester.
Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. There
Eddie was
one.
on Hobie he had a version of an invert that was a 360 rather than just a 180, an Elguera. Daryl Miller was on Hobie.
Right.
He did a Miller flip that contest.
Right.
And Dwayne was on Hobie, and he did an invert revert on that contest. And all three of them went home on different sponsors.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh! I know Dwayne went to Santa Cruz. Daryl went to
He went
Powerflex.
to Hout.
Hout. Okay.
He was on Hout for a
And
second.
Eddie
And Ed, yeah.
The story goes, who knows if it was like they actually flew out there and the company went solvent while they're out there.
Oh, they were sleeping on the roof, where I heard. Or something like that, at the skate park and shit.
I don't know. I'm just kind of a weirdo.
Lance is one of the really. You're a historian. You're a historian of skateboarding. You hold on. Okay, but you hold on to the history of our sport, lifestyle, art, whatever you want to call it, and when a lot of people just really forgot about the past. And I think things like this Elgato Classic bring us all back together.
Yeah.
It's a family reunion.
It is. It is like a get together. I mean, Lucero and I kind of talked about it a lot because we were skate nerds. I mean, talking to Kevin last night, he said he started skating in 1977. I'm tripping.
Wow.
I started skating in '74, so I had probably about 8 years of looking at it or dreaming or thinking like, oh, that's cool what those guys are doing, and not doing it like in a professional way myself, where I'm focused on myself. I'm like, so I talk to these guys and they're like, who? And I'm like, this guy. And they're like, they don't even know who that guy is or something. Because we were fans of it that
Right.
turned out to be able to make a living it later.
Right.
And so we were fans of it longer than we were involved. Yeah, we have that stuff, or the stories or the fake stories burned into our memories of these dudes.
Funny thing is, like, 'cause I see old pictures of you, and you got like, what you had your own little like rat something like.
Mousetown, bro.
Mousetown, like we had. I had Dog Star because like, we had little membership cards and stuff. So me and Lance we grew up the same way and almost parallel lives because you got pictures with the kamikaze bandana on, and I have pretending these Tony Alba, and I have the same thing.
Oh, yeah?
Long before I ever met them or got sponsored. So like I see Lance like post like old
We
photos.
love a little play.
Yeah.
The difference is our parallel lives is I met the guys that you hung out with on a daily basis.
No,
about
everyone
10 years
thinks
later. What? Wait,
Yeah.
were you not on Logan and Alba
Yeah.
at 10 years old?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone thinks that, but I was like in front of my house.
So you didn't hang out, but you were.
Yeah. I wish I
you were
was
like,
with them every day.
what about this dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you weren't with them, but you were.
Yeah. But that's
Yeah,
the thing. is
My,
like,
my first sponsors didn't know they gave me stuff. There's a difference.
yeah, but it's just like when I was a kid.
Yes, Howard. Hood nose grind.
Oh my
Howard's-
gosh.
We're gonna
That's my
pointing
boy.
to the nowhere and talking about what people are making. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Howard's insane, dude.
I know we'll get these
What is
guys.
where is your background from? I want to hear yours.
Oh my gosh. No, you don't.
Okay.
I grew
We
up.
don't. Next guy.
No, I grew up in Huntington Beach,
Huntington.
and that was kind of an epicenter of skateboarders. You know, you had Dogtown guys, and then you had the Huntington Beach, like Bobby Nishi and all those guys.
Bobby Nishi.
Is this
is
under the
gnarly.
pier era?
Yeah,
Yep.
under the pier.
I think he's one of the greatest skateboarders of all time.
Style for miles.
Yeah, because I'd go to the surf movies and that's the only time I got to see skateboarding. There'd be a little bit of skateboarding in it, and there's that one with Bob Nishi just skating down the street. And to this day, no one can top his style.
Yeah.
But back to you. Both.
No,
I'm sorry.
so
you just said Bob Nishi.
I grew
was
up
like,
in
what?
Huntington,
Yeah.
and Bob Ballou, who started Powerflex, was one of the locals downtown. It was a little surf ghetto at that time, and Bob saw me skating and gave me some wheels, and that was kind of the start of it. You know, there was a lot of the downhill and racing guys like Chewy Madrigal, Dave Dilberg, Nick Leonard, that were all living right in that area, so they kind of took me under their wing, took me down to La Costa a lot, took me to the skate parks. My first contest was at Skatopia,
Oh, right.
and I dropped in and went immediately to my face. I was used to just skating stuff, and then, I drop into Skatopia, and I'm like, whoa! But that was it. I just kind of stayed in the industry doing the contests, doing all the AM contests, started doing the pro contests, racing a lot, got on Madrid skateboards.
Yeah.
And lucky enough, they gave me a pro model. Yeah. But
I gotta tell you, bro, like to this day, you have the best skateboard graphic of
Oh,
all time.
thank you.
The Madrid Bo Brown board is the sickest board, dude. Like, tell us about how that graphic came.
Oh, that's
because I loved that graphic long before I ever met you. And like my friend had one, and I wanted it. I used to borrow it, and like he had a quarter pipe, and I just look at that graphic, and then it was a good board, dude. I loved
Thank
that
you.
board.
The easy story on that is when Jerry Madrid said, hey, we're going to get you a pro model. I was driving to work with Terrence Yoshizawa.
Oh, sick.
Lester's cousin was working at Madrid with us as an artist, and Terrence was my buddy. And so we're driving to work, and I told him, hey, Jerry's going to give me a pro model, and I want you to do the graphics.
Terrence did it.
Terrence did the graphics.
No way.
I told him I like bats, I like skulls, and I like the lettering and the cramps, their logo. And I said, the rest is up to you. Just make sure those 3 things are on there, and that's it.
No, I didn't. I'm blown away right now. I'm so excited, dude. Wow.
Sadlands
Yep.
Wow.
graphic for Huntington Beach.
And that raincoat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrence always wore
I
the
always tell
raincoat.
Bennett he should be Terrence for Halloween.
Was Ray Zimmerman still on Madrid around when you got on Madrid?
No, he was the team manager when like Shady Acres in Long Beach was the local park.
So you weren't on it that much yet.
No, I got on in '78, I think, and Ray had kind of stepped away from that. Yeah, but I started skating
Lonnie's
for Jerry
ripping.
and working there, and
Lonnie just killing it. He's got a broken foot.
Lonnie?
Yeah, he shouldn't be skating right now.
He doesn't
He's
care.
so
Lonnie
hardcore.
does not care.
Turn
Pro at 13.
no. We're here with Eric Dresden and Lance Mountain, 2 of the legends here today, 2 of the legends in skateboarding, and we're sitting here on the live stream brought to you by S1 Helmets.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just asking questions back and forth.
Yeah.
So 5s, 9s, no, 5, 7s, 9s, or gumballs.
Oh, nowadays? The gumballs, we didn't have the gumballs back in the day.
No, 5, 7s, or 9s. What's your favorite power punch?
9s.
9s are the best, right?
Yeah, they had
Cool
the
shape.
lip. Yeah, without question. Yeah, so Lance is a skate nerd.
Nerds.
But we're lucky to have these guys. We're lucky to have Eric and Lance here with us right now.
I can't take it. I gotta suit up. I gotta take these guys out.
All right.
Yeah.
Just jump.
Hey, you want to borrow my board?
Take them
Borrow
out.
my helmet? Wow.
Yeah, no, we're not even speaking on the live stream now. We're just watching video.
Sick. Who's ever filming is doing a good
showing
job.
the footage in the live stream?
I think so.
No, it's showing us.
It's showing that.
You can talk. You're allowed to talk.
That's the
It shows that we're just talking
Right,
over it.
we're just talking
so
over
they're
it.
seeing that, so it's fine.
Wow.
Steve Caballero in the bowl, one of the original Bones Brigade. When did you get on Powell? Because you were on Veriflex for a long time.
I didn't get on PAL till 1983. There was a desert ramp battle.
Okay,
on
right.
Veriflex.
Keith
That's
Stevenson's.
when we spoke about I'm going to get on. Then I was off for nothing. There was an upland contest I rode, technically not riding for anybody. And then my first PAL contest was St. Pete in Florida.
okay.
It was 83. But I was on Veriflex since 1980, so I had 3 years on another team and being pro and having a board. And then I got on a team as actually an employee, not a skater.
Really? Wow, that's the way the contract read?
Well, it's just what I was paid for. I wasn't going to get a board. They thought my career was over, and that was. My mom asked Stacy, like, "Hey, man, my son loves skateboarding. It's dried up. There's no money. He loves what you've done. How does he stay involved in skating? Like he wants to, and Stacy was like, yeah, would you want to ride for Pal and basically become and do what, come and learn the ropes of what I've done and take part of my
Wow.
position in the future.
Oh
and
my
I just
God.
lied, saying, yeah. But all I wanted to do was beat them in the next contest and say, like, I don't want to.
Yeah.
So
I want to do
the
this.
next contest was Upland and I won.
Wow. Right. Eric, favorite skate park?
I really love this one. But growing up, like I was a Marina local.
Right.
And like
Whittier.
Yeah. I never got to
figured
go to
that was the
Whittier and
answer.
stuff. I was a little kid, so like I only once in a while got to take. Yeah, there you go, Saba.
Oh my gosh, Steve Alba
Yeah.
is in the pool.
Steve Alba breaking the rules.
He's got a sprained ankle.
Look at that.
Oh
We
no.
have Saw La Machine in the bowl
La Machine, I forgot about that
Yeah.
nickname.
Look at that. Oh,
because he shreds.
How do you do
La
that?
Machine was a
how do you do that?
food
card?
blender. A food blender commercial.
Yeah.
Yes, Steve.
Sick.
Owner of the real combi. Go ahead.
Oh.
Marina.
Oh yeah, I was a Marina local and stuff, so yeah, that was like I really love that park. But then I really love this park. I've been coming out here quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like right before summer, before it gets really hot out here. It's like
Right.
107 at night and stuff. But I really love this park. And I don't know. I bounce whenever something new comes. I'll be the local there for a week, and then
Yeah.
new park, I'm the local there. So
Doesn't matter, you
Yeah,
skate
yeah.
everything.
Favorite park.
Yeah.
And Lance, I'm sure Whittier is your
No,
home park.
honestly, you start skateboarding. I lived right down the street from Montebello, which is really one of
Right,
the very
right.
first, not the first, but very first, like third, second, arguably a second skate park in California. I lived right down the street, so that was my favorite park. Then Upland opens, and then that is in
Yeah.
Paramount, and then Lakewood. So I spent a lot of time at Lakewood. Loved Lakewood. Then Lakewood was
yeah,
closed.
Lakewood is
Yeah.
good.
Loved
shit.
Lakewood. And Lakewood closed, and then I ended up working at Whittier. Whittier was just the last park built,
Mm-hmm.
and so by the time it was built, it didn't have any of the snake runs or the real small.
Right,
It had
right.
5 pools and a full pipe. And
Right.
most skate parks had freestyle areas, little runs, and then they built a pool later. So
Right.
Whittier kind of had this array of things that no other park had, but it just came. But I lived super far away, so I wasn't really a local.
All right, looks like Legends session is
Wow.
taking a break, and looks like Scott Foss is in the pool again. Or
Yeah, Scott.
Okay.
And that's the beauty. So this park gets built. It's just like skateboarding is moving and changing and new things, and you never want it to be a set basketball court or a tennis court.
Right,
You want it to
right.
be a moving, changing thing. You want new parks. You want new ideas, and there's just still so many more to do. So the next one built, I hope, is our favorite.
yeah. All right, guys. I want to thank you guys for
This is
Thank
great.
you.
for coming
This
in
is
here.
awesome, dude. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, S1. Thank you,
Yeah.
Bo. Thank you guys for whoever keeps putting and funding this stuff to happen. So it's
Yep.
Wow.
Our sponsors like
Wonderful.
Vans and S1.
there we
Oh,
go.
look at us.
Check me out.
Lance Mountain, Eric Dressen.
yeah.
Thanks so
Bo.
much, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Bo. That was
That
awesome.
is the last time we get paid for that job. Oh, is that still on there?
Of course. Of course, guys.